Hello ladies and gentlemen, hello beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are well. If you're new to my channel, my name is Carba. So if you're in your 20s and your 30s, I think this video will be very beneficial to you. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about feminism, and the reason I want to pound on feminism today, I think that in recent time I have seen how feminism that started up as a good movement, because to me feminism was about empowering women, being empowered both at work, no women discrimination like it was back in the days. I felt like a lot of women really benefited from that movement, especially if you understand what feminism itself means. But in recent time, I think they have turned this feminism thing into a gender war. And it just breaks my heart to see that a lot of women that have been broken, maybe due to past relationship or trauma from their family, are out online projecting a lot of bitterness in disguise as women empowerment, women actualization, and a good movement. And if you don't have a discerning spirit, you would fall trap into these things, and this movement could actually destroy your life. So if you're in your 20s, 30s and you're yet to be married, I think it's something you need to start paying attention to. Pray for wisdom, because the things that I see online today is not about feminism, is not about women empowerment, is in disguise as though that's what it is for, but in reality that's not what it is. I think the devil has used this movement to destroy a lot of women. As a young girl, if you desire to get married and that's your desire, and I understand that, most women don't want to get married anymore. They feel like marriage is not an achievement, which is great. If you don't want to get married, I have no problem. I'm not talking to you. Everybody has the right to decide how they want to live their lives, and people should respect that. Maybe based on your experiences, you don't think that marriage is worth the try. I'm speaking to the ones that desire to be married and how to position yourself to be found. You have to be mindful of who you listen to, both online and offline. The reality on social media is not reality in real life. There's this so-called person that portrays herself as a feminist, how she doesn't want a man, how she's not interested in any relationship, she can't be this, she can't be that, and recently just got married. And I went to the comment section, I was blown away because a lot of young girls were disappointed. I could feel their pains through the comment section. And it just got me worried, and it got me thinking that a lot of people are actually listening to this program believing that that's the way to go about life. Even Chimamanda, that was so big on this movement of feminism. Have you ever seen Chimamanda come out to talk about her husband or relationship? That lady is quietly married. You don't even know what she does with her husband. You don't even know if Chimamanda actually cooks for her husband. You don't even know if Chimamanda actually submits to her husband. Recently, she did a video where she talked about her husband. Don't be fooled. Chimamanda might be cooking, serving, taking care of her husband. She doesn't even put her relationship on social media. So how would you know? She's married to an Igbo man, and I don't care how exposed that Igbo man is. Every man, crave respect. Do you think that Chimamanda would disrespect her husband, talk down on her husband, make her husband belittle her husband, and expect to have a successful marriage? I don't think so. It's good to be powerful. I believe in financial freedom. I believe in standing up for yourself when you need to. I don't believe in you being a doormat, but I also believe in submission. I believe in softness. I believe that you can be as powerful as you want to be. But you also know that when you come to your home, your husband is your head, whilst climbing the ladder of success and greatness. What really makes you a powerful woman is when you know how to separate those things. And I hope that if you are a young girl that really intentionally wants to get married and desire to get married, I hope you're not part of this movement. I hope you know when to draw the line and tell yourself the honest truth. Because if you really, really want to retain a good relationship, a long relationship, a thriving relationship, you should be that woman that is strong, financially free, that knows when to speak and how to speak, but also know when to tone it down and be a wife to your husband. Back in the days, changing your last name wasn't even something to argue about. When you get married, it's automatic. You change your name because you're marrying into the family. It wasn't a thing to argue about. It was a culture, it was a norm. So there was no thinking. It wasn't a debate. Once you get married, you change your name. Now I understand that civilization, different perspective, people see things differently these days, and which is okay, because for us to be a better nation, we need to learn and relearn and unlearn from certain things. And so a lot of women now don't give up their father's last name, which itself is not a bad thing. You have the choice not to accept your husband's name, and some men are okay with it. And some just decide that I'm going to just change my name. And if all of us can respect our choices, I think it would be better for the society. But what I've found is that these so-called feminists will not allow the ones that want to do it the normal way, or the way that they feel it should be. They will not allow it. They will go under this comment section crying, shouting, this is not how women should be treated. What is the problem? This lady changed her name to her husband's name. It became a debate on social media. You need to see the comment section. People were saying why, and if this girl does not have a problem with it, why are you crying? Why is that a problem? I can bet a lot of feminists were shocked to see that Semi would change her name, easily give up her father's name to accept her husband's name. Do you think she's not aware? Do you think she's not powerful? Do you think she's a doormat? But she has decided that this is the normal way. I'm probably sure the parents knows about it, because the father came online and they showed a video, a clip of a video where on her wedding day, her father was advising her, submit to your husband. This is a daughter of a billionaire that would have decided that I want to keep my name. I want to keep Temi or Tedola. But she gladly left her father's name and took upon her husband's name. Why is that a problem? Why are you so pained? Why? I don't understand. That's why I think that the movement of feminism have really changed from feminism, from what it was actually meant to be, which is not a bad movement. It was a good intention. But a lot of people have grasped that and turned it into a bitter movement where you project your bitterness. You expect that people should be at war with their partners, with their, sometimes even to the point where you think that a woman being submissive means stupid. A woman changing her last name to her husband's name means that she's crazy. That energy will not sustain a successful relationship. I've not seen it. I don't care how exposed every man is. One thing I do know, from the past generation to the next generation, every man desires to be respected. Every man desires to be honored. Now, men now understand the need to be more flexible, partnership, helping out, respecting. Back in the days, women didn't have a lot of that. So I'm just here to encourage any girl. If you're thinking of having a relationship, if you're thinking of having a successful home, please do not follow this trend. Know who you listen to. Pray for discernment. Pray for wisdom. Know who you listen to. When you go online, listen. Go back. Declutter the ones you know will not favor you. Take the ones that you can learn from. But be very mindful. There is nothing wrong in changing your last name. It doesn't make you less of a woman. Submitting to your spouse doesn't make you less of a woman. So what really makes you a powerful woman is when you know when to differentiate being a feminist at work, where you fight for your equality, but when you're home, know that two masters cannot be in a ship. Know when to tone it down. Know when to submit completely to your husband, because there's really nothing bad in submission. I'm not saying be a doormat, because all of my conversation, if you paid attention, I'm not saying be stupid. Know when to speak, how to speak. Don't tolerate bad behaviors. That's not what we're talking about. Women, be careful what you listen to online. Be careful who you listen to online, because all of this energy will not take you anywhere, especially if your goal is to have a successful marriage. I fear that if we don't start talking about it, we'll have a lot of women that will be misled, and by the time they decide to make corrections, it will be late. So if you have a good man, protect it, work on yourself, be a feminist, but do it in a right way. Know when to separate it from your home. Okay, so yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to share my thoughts because it's just been ongoing on social media, and I think that if we're not mindful, this would actually lead to future destruction of homes, of society, and that's not what we want. We want a functional family. We want a functional society. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about. Please, let's be mindful. Let's be careful of what we listen to out there, especially if your intention is to get married. I'm here to tell you for free that if you really want to retain a long-lasting and happy relationship, stay away from online feminists. And I will see you guys in my next one. Like I always do, you are loved, you're kind, you're beautiful. If you have anything to say, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video. Until I come your way again next week, stay blessed. Bye for now. Bye.